Hello everybody, it is Mr. Johnson here doing the open house video for Period 1 Business Law class during the 2020-21 school year. During this video I'm going to be discussing a few different documents, so if you have access to Google Classroom, I would recommend looking at these documents as we go along. So this class is all about the relationship between the business world and then the legal ramifications of having a business and how the law affects a business, okay? So we're going to be talking about the connection between these two things throughout the course of the year. First thing I want to call your attention to is what's called a weekly planner. Every Monday, or whatever the first day of the week is, the students will get a schedule, and it's like an Excel file, and this tells the students the day of the week, what we're doing in class that day, and then if there's homework that night. So this is meant to keep me organized, to keep the kids accountable because they should know what is coming and when it's coming. And then third, a way to communicate with parents. So if you're able to access the weekly planner, I would recommend doing that. You might even want to print it out and put it somewhere where everyone can see it so you know what's going on in business law class that particular week. So if you ever have any questions about what's going on in class, please refer to the weekly planner. They're located in the stream of Google Classroom where it would say Q1 weekly planners, and then every week I'll be adding a new document to that as the weeks go on. Another thing I want to discuss are remote learning expectations. I'm not going to read them all word for word here, but basically while the kids are acting remote, and I'm recording this on Tuesday the 22nd, they have been great so far. They have been super mature. Even it's first thing in the morning. They have been awesome. I hope that continues. They need to let me know if they have any issues right away. If they have a technological issue, if they have an issue with something going on at home, please communicate. They are going to be held to a much higher standard than in the spring. They're expected to keep up with the work just like as if we were in the classroom. And when we go to a hybrid model in a few weeks, they're going to be expected to keep up with that as well. If you have an issue, please contact me, sjohnson@minisync.com, and I'll be happy to discuss anything going on or any concerns you have with your student. So the remote learning expectations, please take a minute and preview that. The third document I put up there is some rules. It's basically saying what, rules that we can follow to get along. Treat me with respect, make sure they're prepared, that sort of thing. I'm not the kind of teacher who's going to look to get a kid in trouble for every little thing. They show up, pay attention, do what they're supposed to do. It's going to be a smooth ride. I also put on there an assessment plan. And all this stuff every document I put up there should be located in Classroom as well. So my assessment plan basically breaks it down into 4 parts: tests, which we're going to do 3 per quarter; homework, once or twice a week. Every homework assignment I give is graded. So if a student tries to tell you, hey, we had homework but it wasn't graded, that is not going to be true, because every homework I give is graded, usually twice a week maximum. Projects and other assignments, some might need to be adapted because of our current situation, but we'll have some sort of project and then other in-class assignments that will be going on pretty much weekly. And then the notebook, usually I collect all their stuff and they get an easy grade for it to stay organized. Probably not going to do that, at least for the first quarter. It's just logistically not really possible right now. Usually everything's on paper. Now everything's not on paper. So they should stay organized, though. If they're printing stuff out, keep it in a nice, neat order. I might still give them the list just to let them know, the first thing you should have in your notebook is notes from the 10th, then notes from the 11th, then the homework that we did on the 11th, then the in-class assignment on the 12th, or whatever the dates are, okay? So they should stay organized. And finally, the syllabus. I'm just going to spend a minute going over that. First quarter is very much an introductory quarter. We talk some basic terms about where the law comes from. Then we talk about a bunch of different crimes, some related to business, some not. Then we talk about how the court system works, both at the state level and the federal level. And our first quarter project they do deals with researching a famous case involving business. In the second quarter, we get into contracts. That's something we talk about a ton in here, contracts in all those different forms and variations. Genuine agreement is one part of contracts. We talk about that in chapter 5. Then consideration is another part. And then in the second quarter, they're going to create a contract as their project. Third quarter, we get into trial procedure. Usually the crown jewel of this class is the mock trial, where students take the role of judge, prosecuting attorney, defense attorney, the defendant, the plaintiff, because we do a civil and criminal case both at the same time, witnesses, jury members, everything. We're going to see how that's going to work this year with only having half the people in the building. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to make that work. That's really a lot of fun. So chapter 7, we do trial procedure and then do the trial right after that. Then we get back into contracts, talk about legality, tort law. And then finally at the end, we talk about consumer protection, and then talk a little bit about law related to sports and entertainment. All right, so we cover a lot of different stuff. One thing I will say, and I tell all the kids this, please do not think that you're going to take this class and then go be a lawyer. We scratch the surface on the vast and very complicated legal world. It is a great foundational class. If you're going to study business in college, you're probably going to have to take a business law class somewhere along the way, and this is a nice little resource to have to prepare you for that. Okay, so that's kind of all I wanted to cover. Again, everything the kids get should be on Google Classroom. If you can't access that, please let me know, and I'll try to get it straightened out as quickly as I can. So, again, if you have a question, sjohnson@minuteslink.com is the best way to get in contact with me. And I'm looking forward to a great year and trying to make the best out of this situation. And I hope that we have a fantastic year together in business law. I've been teaching this class almost every year of my 17-year career, and I enjoy it a lot, and I hope that the kids enjoy it too. So thank you so much, and if you need anything, please reach out. Take care.